They don't want love, they want worship. That's the first thing you need to understand about narcissists. They don't crave connection, they crave reflection, a perfect mirror that tells them they're the most beautiful, the most brilliant, the most important thing in your world. And if you stop being that mirror, you become the enemy. At first, they're magnetic, charming, they study you like a script. They know what you want, what you're missing, what you're hiding, and they give it to you, but not for free. Every compliment is a hook, every gift, a transaction. They're not loving you, they're investing, in control, because love, to them, is leverage. It's currency. They'll adore you until you're addicted. Then they'll ration affection like poison, just enough to keep you needing it. Then they'll pull it back, blame you, and watch you beg. Narcissists don't break you by force. They make you doubt your own worth, your own memories. They'll say you're too sensitive, too emotional, too demanding, until you apologize for bleeding when they stabbed you. And the worst part? They don't think they're the villain. They think they're the victim. That's not love. That's narcissism.
So, they're just arrogant? That's it? Big egos? That doesn't sound so dangerous.
That's the first mistake most people make. Narcissism isn't about arrogance, it's about hunger. It's about a void so deep that the world itself isn't enough to fill it. And when someone is that empty, they will feed on you without hesitation. Not because they hate you, because they need you. And when they're done, they leave you hollow. Just like them. They don't walk into your life wearing a crown. They slip in through cracks, compliments, laughter, connection, and slowly they start rewriting who you are. Not directly, subtly. They make you doubt your worth, unless it's reflected in their eyes. The danger isn't in their ego, it's in their grip. Narcissists don't want love, they want reflection. They want a mirror that smiles back no matter how cruel they are. And if the mirror cracks, they blame the glass, never the fist. That's why they're dangerous. Not because they're loud, but because they're quiet. Because they know how to look like salvation, while they're draining you, drop by drop.
Oh, I see. So basically, narcissists are just smart egomaniacs with charm?
No, they're not just smart, they're strategic. Narcissists don't win by being loud. They win by being necessary, by making you believe you can't live without them. That's not ego, that's architecture. They study you, not to admire you, to map your weaknesses, your desires, your fears, and then bit by bit, they shape themselves into your answer, the missing piece, the solution to everything. But it's a lie, a beautifully crafted lie. And once you believe it, they begin the harvest. Compliments turn into comparisons. Affection becomes reward. Your joy conditional. Your pain irrelevant. And the worst part, you still defend them. You say, they didn't mean it, or they're just going through something. That's how deep they go. They're not just egoists, they're engineers of dependence. They don't want you to love them, they want you to need them. Because need is stickier than love, and harder to kill.
So, how do we spot them then? How do we catch a narcissist in the act?
You don't catch them in the act. That's the trick. They never act, they prepare, they rehearse. And when they finally show you something, it's always what you were already hoping to see. But there are signs. Ask them about someone they used to be close to. Family, friends, exes. Watch how they talk about them. If everyone was toxic, crazy, jealous, that's not a pattern, that's a purge. Narcissists leave trails of broken mirrors, each reflection too honest to keep around. Another clue? Control wrapped as care. They don't say don't go out, they say I just worry about you. They don't say stop texting them, they say I thought I was enough. They rewrite the rules slowly, kindly, with a smile. And when you finally pull away, really pull away, they don't chase, they threaten, or they vanish. Either way, the mask cracks.
I'm sure my darklings want a little test. Something to sniff out a narcissist in the wild, right?
Fine, you want a test. Here's how it works. Step 1. Say no. Set a small boundary. Something simple. Then wait. A narcissist never respects a no. They negotiate. Guilt trip or ignore it. Every time. Step 2. Tell them about your bad day. See how long they listen before shifting the topic to themselves. It's not about you. It never was. Step 3. Compliment someone else in front of them. Genuinely. Watch the smile fade. If they suddenly change the subject, criticize that person, or go silent, you've hit their ego where it hurts. And last, talk about your dream. A passion, a life goal. A narcissist won't ask how, they'll ask why. Why you think you can do it. Why you need more than what they already offer. That's the giveaway. They don't need you to fail. They just need to be the reason you never try.
I read something online. Some people say narcissism isn't all bad, that it can push people to be successful, charming, even inspiring. So, is it really that toxic?
That's the trick, isn't it? Narcissism can look like drive, like ambition, like confidence. It can build empires, it can lead armies, it can make people want to follow. But here's the catch. Narcissism doesn't build for others. It builds for mirrors, for applause, for power. Yes, a narcissist might achieve a lot. They might inspire people, but only if the spotlight stays on them. The moment someone else shines brighter, they destroy. They don't compete to improve, they compete to erase. And their charm, that's not kindness, that's bait. Charm is how they pull you in, before the mask slips, before the cold creeps in. So sure, narcissism can push people to be better, but not for you, never for you, only for the reflection they crave.
Then tell us, Sensei, what are some famous narcissists? Give my darklings a few juicy examples.
Names? You already know them. You see them every day. Some are on stages, some sit in boardrooms, some run countries, some smile in the mirror and believe the world was made for them. But if you want specifics, look at the ones who never take blame, who rewrite history in real time, who weaponize their pain and call it greatness. Steve Jobs, brilliant, visionary, but ask the people close to him. Ask his daughter, Napoleon, a genius on the battlefield, until ego outgrew strategy. Or the influencers who cry on camera, then sell you merch in the same breath. But it's not just the famous, it's the boss who takes your credit, the partner who makes you doubt your own mind, the friend who vanishes when you're not useful. You don't need a crown to be a narcissist, just a mirror and a stage. And now Elizabeth has prepared 3 stories. Each one a mirror, not of monsters, but of people, dangerous in their charm, calculated in their love.
Yay. Finally my part. Sit down, darklings. Let's start with a classic. Story 1. They called him the perfect boyfriend. Charming, attentive, always remembered the little things. He brought her coffee every morning, texted goodnight every evening, met her parents, made them laugh. She thought she had found the one. Until one day, she got sick. Not tragic, just the flu. But suddenly, he was busy. No text, no visits, no coffee. When she asked why, he said, "Sorry, I just can't be around that kind of energy." A week later, she caught him at dinner with another girl. He smiled and said, "You were just too negative lately. I need someone who inspires me." That night, she realized he had never loved her. He had loved the way she made him feel, and the moment she couldn't supply that glow, he left. Narcissists don't seek love. They seek fuel. Story 2. He built a reputation as a hero, a public speaker, a mentor, a founder of a charity helping abused teens. Interviews, TED Talks, praise from everyone. They called him the man with the golden heart. But behind closed doors, the truth leaked. A girl came forward, then another, and another. He never touched them, no. That would be too easy to prove. But he used words like scalpels, promises of fame, of success, if they stayed close, subtle guilt trips when they pulled away, gaslighting when they cried. "You're too sensitive. You should be grateful I'm helping you. I made you who you are." And if someone spoke out, he'd destroy their credibility quietly, skillfully, smiling the whole time. Later, a journalist traced the pattern, almost 20 victims over 10 years. No charges, just silence, because nothing was ever technically illegal. Narcissists don't always shout. Sometimes they whisper, and the world calls them saints. Story 3. At first, he was perfect. Listened, complimented, remembered every little thing. Her favorite flower, the way she drank her coffee. He even cried when she told him about her past. She thought, finally, someone who truly sees me. But then came the coldness. The little jabs disguised as jokes. The "why are you being dramatic" when she tried to express hurt. The silent treatment if she didn't praise him enough. He didn't get angry. He just withdrew. Until she apologized for things that weren't even wrong. She started to question herself. Became quieter, softer, more agreeable. And he thrived. Not because he loved her, but because she had stopped loving herself.
3 stories, one truth. Narcissists aren't always loud. They're not always cruel. Sometimes they're gentle, kind, addictive. That's the trick. They don't need to hurt you to destroy you. They just need you to doubt yourself. That's how it begins. Be careful who you let reflect you. This was Shadow. Until next time.
Ugh, that last one always gives me chills. Anyway, my lovely darklings, take care of those little hearts of yours, okay? Some people want to break them just to see what sound they make. See you soon.